Welcome to Answers from the Stairs, an off-the-cuff chat with Chris Vester. On this show, Chris provides insight on all areas of your life, whether it be your business, your relationships, or your health. Chris is a longtime business owner and coach looking to help everyone and anyone find their purpose and beat mediocrity. In his experience, he can teach anyone to reach their true potential. If you're ready to realize your God-given talents, then welcome to the show.
I've got too many people depending on me to be down. I want to talk about a post that Tyler Harris made on, I think it was Friday. An extremely vulnerable post. But the timeliness of it, the timing of it, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe that I think things are the way they're supposed to be all the time. So, and I actually sent him a message and told him I had a conversation about that particular subject with a team member on Wednesday. And it led me to invite him on a trip to an event we're going to as a leadership team on June 2nd called Modern Man. Because I think that's a subject, the idea of I don't have time to be down. I don't have time to be depressed. I'm not allowed to be down and depressed. I think that's a subject that's not discussed enough among leaders. You know, we live in a world of, look at my Facebook and Instagood, so that all we ever see is the highlight of somebody else's life, or the highlight of somebody else's accomplishments. You know, what nobody ever shows is any type of struggle that goes with that, especially those that are super successful running incredible businesses, you know, and they never talk about their own personal feelings of depression, of unworthiness, where they can be down for a season, not just a day. I'm talking about weeks, sometimes months. And I think it gives us this false sense of, like, that's not the way, it's not normal when that happens, when it is entirely normal. You know, that's what the conversation I was involved in. You know, the things that the team member was describing are things that I struggle with. And it was his struggle with who he was leading. Not just at work, but family, his own health. All these things where self-doubt, depression, whatever you want to call it. I think depression comes from this idea that we're not worthy. I think if you go back and look at any time you're depressed, it's just a feeling of unworthiness. And I shared with him where those exact same thoughts, those exact same scenarios were present in me. I mean, I've got, like I said, roughly 200 employees now that depend on me, and I have this thought a lot when things aren't going my way, or I'm not feeling a particular way about myself. And I just said to myself, I don't have time for this. I've got too many people depending on me making the right decision every single time. And that's a lot of pressure, you know. And then realizing that, guess what? You're never going to make the right decision 100% of the time. I know I haven't. But until people get really vulnerable, which Tyler did, that post, I recommend you go read it. He got really, really vulnerable about his state of being the week before he made that post. Or actually, it seemed like a couple of weeks. And it's like I told him, I don't think that there's a coincidence. I think timing is everything. I think it's time for people to discuss the fact that, guess what? Even leaders in an organization get down. They have self-doubt. They get depressed. And they have this thought. I think the way he put it in the post was, how am I supposed to lead when I'm broken? And I cannot tell you how many times I have felt that exact same way. So Tyler got vulnerable. I guess you could say I'm being vulnerable. We all need to be vulnerable. Position does not make us immune to depression, self-doubt, unworthiness. Position has nothing to do with it. So be vulnerable. talk about it with your team members. Talk about it with your spouse. Talk about it with your significant other, whoever that may be. Talk about it to your kids, because they need to know that that kind of feeling can be personal, can be completely normal. And where's the way out? Let's have conversation.
Thank you for listening to Answers from the Stairs with Chris Vester, and for using the insights you gained to find your purpose and strength in anything you do. Tune in next week for another chat with Chris, and don't forget that reaching your true potential is not easy, but it's worth the work to find it and live in it. Until next time.